CEO of Tickle Mites LLC, a publishing services company. Now, at Tickle Mites LLC, we don't just publish books, we amplify your voice. We give you a vision, we protect your vision, and guide you every step of the way, whether you're a first time author or a seasoned creative. Our candy dripped youth branding reminds you that your story matters. And we're here to take you from idea to impact with excellence, with faith, and with flavor. I like saying that, with flavor. Hello, I'm here to talk about trademarking or service marking. Actually, last week we talked about trademark. And I did promise that I would go live once a week. I'm promising myself and you because I have a wealth of information that I can share. But I also have services that I could provide for you. Now, you're a creative, you're a visionary, you have a brand. Your brand needs protection. Now, at Tickle Mites, we don't just bring your vision to life, we help you protect it. We're talking about state service mark today. Now, we talked about trademark, and you understand, I hope by the live that I did last week, you understand what state trademark would be as far as protecting your brand. Now, let me just refresh you just in case. But state trademark would be if you have a trade, if you have t-shirts to sell, you have a book, you have a recipe for your cooking, recipe for baking, and you want to protect it. You have a name, a slogan, and you put it on business cards, on letterhead. That's a trade. You definitely want to protect that. Now, that's different in US copyrights. We can talk about that in the next live. But right now, I'm going trade versus service mark statewide. Now, what do I mean by statewide? Because statewide makes it easy and a lot more affordable to begin to protect your brand. So let's talk about service mark. Now, service protects a service. It's exactly what it says, the name. What service do you provide? For instance, with Tickle Mites LLC, my trade protection protects my books. It protects my Tickle Mites design. I have a publishing services company. I help you publish your books. I help you amplify your voice. That's a service. So I need a service mark. I have protection of all my stuff, all three. I have state trademark, service mark, and copyrights protecting my brand. You don't want to go without protection. You absolutely want to ensure and feel confident in using your slogan, using your design, using your mark, passing out business cards with your design on it, a slogan that you may have on your website. You want to protect your website. You want to protect your music. You want to protect the words of your music, your beats. You could do all of that with state trademark, service mark, and US copyrights. So today, again, we're talking about service mark. Now, by state, I mean that your brand identity is protected statewide. Does that mean it's unprotected federally or US wide? Technically, when you write it down, it has you have copyrights of it anyway. But if you're like me, I want that certificate that proves that I own that mark. That's what it does for you. That's what Tickle Mites LLC can provide. That's the service that we can provide for you. We can help you protect your brand. What I will do, what Tickle Mites LLC will do, is file the application, fill out the application for you, prepare all of the proofs. If you are in South Carolina, I could not sign for you as a managing administrator. Some states, I can sign the application as your managing administrator. But in the state of South Carolina, they require that you get your signature notarized. So you have to take your signature, you have to take the signature and get it notarized. And that's fine. Get it notarized, get it back to me. I do all of the legwork for you. You're busy in your business. You're busy creating. You're busy being an artist. You're busy servicing people. You need someone that's going to help you do what you need to do to protect your brand if you feel confident in using it. So ServiceMark, if you are a coach, a life coach, a business coach, medical coach, you need your brand protected, certified. That's a service that you provide. If you're a baker, if you're a chef, you need your service protected. If you are a teacher, that's a service. If you're an independent contracting teacher, that's a service. I can help protect your brand. I am working on federal, so once I get that well-versed, then I will offer that to my clients. But I want to make sure that I'm well-versed so I can provide the most excellent service for my clients. I've been doing a lot of state trademark, service mark, and copyrights. People are realizing the value in protecting their marks, their brands, their slogans. Do you want to use a slogan? At Tickle Mites LLC, we take you from vision to published and beyond. That's something that I can service mark and trademark, because maybe I want to put it on t-shirts, or I use it when I provide my publishing services. We amplify your voice. That is a slogan. I can definitely trademark and service mark that. Our Christian hip hop group just transitioned and rebranded from Tickle Mites to Sways. Sways is a protected brand. So yes, I can help you do all of that. We provide the service in the way of an application. I'll file the application for you. I will also gather together the proofs, because they want a deposit, and a deposit, by what they mean when they say they need the deposits, is they want proof that the mark is being used. You can't protect a brand that's going to be used. Well, let me take that back. You can, but it's tough because they want proof that the mark is being used. So you can't protect something that, hey, this is a great saying, I want to protect it. We haven't used it yet, but I want to protect. So we can file the application, but it would be tough to prove it. Now, we want to send in proof, and I gather all that proof. And part of the fee is that I do all of that. I get all of the proofs to make the deposit and provide that with the application. You sign it, or I can sign it as your managing administrator, depending on what state you're in. Some states charge a lot more for their application fees. South Carolina state fee, and we could talk about that, is not as much as some of the other states. I've done protecting for people in states of Georgia, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Oklahoma. So I am pretty versed in filing these applications. I know what they expect. I know what they want. I will also be in communication with the state trademark and service mark office on your behalf. The communication will come to you and to me so that I will know what's going on. Now, there are times when they will reject it for various reasons. Sometimes the reasons I don't understand it. For instance, I sent a check drawn off of my business account to the state trademark office, and they rejected it because I didn't have a T crossed. I mean, seriously? But anyway, they expect perfection. I provide excellence. So I will fix whatever they are rejecting the mark for. So if you get a rejection letter, which will come to you via email, and it will also come to me, then what I do, a part of that process, I will fix whatever they have rejected the application for and resend it. And as long as we resend it within 60 days, you do not have to pay another application fee. If it's after the 60 days, then you have to pay an application fee. But I don't play around when it comes to protecting my clients' brands and their marks. So we get that in right away, and we keep going until we get an approval letter. With the approval, they will send you an email saying that the mark is approved for your use, and they will send you a certificate, which is awesome. I was really, really proud when I got my certificate and protecting my brand. And I have about 4 of them or more, probably more. Because Stickle Mites LLC, Butternut Adventures, they're protected brands and Sways. So you will get proof that it is protected. You want that proof. You want to be confident in using your design, your slogan, your brand, your mark, whatever that may be, and however you decide to use it. You might not use it on t-shirts. You might only use it on a website. You might use it on letterhead only. You might use it on business cards. Maybe you'll use it on pens or cups, hats. Maybe you're a fashion stylist. Fashion stylists provide services, and they provide a trade. So you're going to put your signature on your fashion. So you definitely want to have that protected. You don't want anybody else using that. I believe in you. You have to believe in you enough to ensure that your marks are protected. Books, we can send in the book. We will send in pictures of the book protecting that. That is proof that the mark is being used on your book. Maybe you want to protect your name. We can do that. Some people, and more often than not, has protected their name. My name is Rebecca Outlaw. My in-laws are the Outlaws. Anyway, so we can send your name in to begin protecting your name. Maybe that is your brand. Your brand is Rebecca Outlaw. So we can file for protection on that name. So you can protect the name. If you cannot protect a specific mark, for instance, the only way you can't protect it, and another thing that I'll do before filing the application, is I will search to ensure that the mark is not being used. Before we switched from Tickle Mites to Sways, I was spelling Sways a different way. So when researching if that was being used, there were so many people using that spelling of Sways. Now we have a little, like a slogan that we use as to how we came up with the name Sways. We put out a song. I'm a Christian hip hop artist, and we put out a song called Sways, swag with praise. We call it Sways. How's that for flavor? That's flavor. So we put that out, and I'm looking to protect all of that because it's unique, it's different, and it's not being used. I will research the mark to ensure that it's not being used. If so, you may need to do what I did, respell it, maybe add something to it, maybe add a design to it, switch an I to an E, switch a Y to an I. You may switch a Z to an S, depending on what you're using. Typically names, unless it's a really common name, usually aren't being used. But if it's a common name, you may need to add a design on your name if you would like to protect your name. We can take care of that. I will ensure that you are well informed on anything you need as far as protecting your mark. So we're talking about today's service mark. If you provide a service, you may help people publish their books. Maybe you're not a publishing services, but you guide them along the way. There are people who do that. They don't want to do the legwork of publishing services like my company does. I do every part of publishing services. But maybe you provide a service where you just teach people how to publish their own books and become indie authors. You can protect that brand. If you're a coach, as I said, a life coach, a business coach, if you're a chef, a baker, a cook, and you provide that services, maybe you teach people, you have cooking classes, you're a teacher, you provide a service. Maybe you're a homeschool teacher and you want to charge for that. That's a service. We can definitely help you protect your services. So we're talking today, state service mark. Protect your brand. I would say, don't leave home without it. I think that's a slogan. So maybe I better not use that. But don't get into business without it. Okay, there's a slogan right there. So don't get into business without protecting your mark. Call me today, 864-478-8973. You can email me at Rebecca O, that's REBECCAO, at ticklemitesfranchise.com. Call me, email me, text me. Let's start today protecting your brand.